Hi CLC, it's Yvonne Coker again from the transition team, and I'm here to update you today on what's been going on behind the scenes with our pastoral transition. Today I'd like to tell you a little bit more about the CAT, the CAT, the MSP, the SP groups here at CLC. Whoa, I know that's a lot of acronyms. Trust me when I tell you I understand acronyms. As a new military wife, there are so many acronyms in the military, and I am failing at learning them. But I don't want that to be you in these acronyms that we use in our transition process. Let's get to know what they mean. Today I'll tell you about the MSP and the SP, and when we can get through those things, we can get DONE with this process, and that's what we're all looking forward to. You know about the CAT. We've gone through that data extensively, and we've used what I think of as a ripple effect, in that Dr. Jim Pence was our consultant. He was the first person to look at this data and look through it with a trained eye, and then he broadened that data to the CLC transition team and to Pastor Annabelle. From there, our ripples moved to the circle of nearly 40 members of the congregation. These were members of all age groups, new members of the church, members in long-standing, church council members, future church council members, maybe you don't even know it yet. And these members got to know the data in depth as well, giving up their time to watch video updates and participate in a Zoom Q&A session. Those ripples finally made it to the church at large when an email update went out to all of you, giving a brief description of the CAT highlights. If you haven't had a chance to read that summary, it's a short read. It's about 2 pages of brief summary by Dr. Pence, and you can do an inbox search. That email went out on June 20th, and you can look for that in your inbox. After the CAT, we moved into the MSP, and this is the ministry site profile. Every church in the ELCA has one. It will be the document that prospective pastors read when searching out a new church in which to land. Soon, we may hope that someone will be reading this document and saying, yes, I want to meet this church. And besides that, this document can help us to know who we are. We're thankful at this point to the folks who've stepped up to put the document together. And at this time, I'd like to thank Mike Turner, John Trundolo, Russell Douglas, Corey Sanzano, Pete Jones, Mike Tinman, Don Poorman, Peggy Darr, and Mimi McGeorge. We are so grateful to the 9 of you who are offering your time during the month of July to answer the questions about our church. We'll be excited to read that document coming out of this, most likely by the August meeting of council. That's soon. And lastly, we're moving to kick off SP groups. And these are strategic planning groups. These are brainstorming groups. This is how we will get to where we're going. What's next for CLC? There are 3 brainstorming groups at this time. You'll notice they are based directly on feedback from the CAT survey. This congregation found 3 major future priorities for CLC. One was attracting families with children and youth. Hi, Zach, Director of Children and Family Ministries. We're so glad you've joined our church family. The second focus was on stewardship and faith formation, and the third was calling members to serve in ways that use their talent and passions within the church. So there are 3 brainstorming groups: growth, equipping, and spirituality. Again, that was growth and equipping and spirituality. And we've collected a core group of volunteers who are willing to work on these groups, probably kicking off their brainstorming sessions within the next week. There's no cap on volunteers. We can brainstorm ideas with as many folks as are interested. And so if one of those groups calls out to you, please reach out to us. Let us know you'd like to be involved, because we can always take more volunteers. Listen, this is a long process, this pastoral transition. Pastor Joe said his goodbyes at the end of September. And you know, Dr. Pence mentioned in his survey to us, his email to us, he said, pastoral transitions almost always start before you think they do and last longer than you want them to. He may be right. But I can see a light at the end of the tunnel. I see our transformation coming to its conclusion. We have so many helpers right now, so many members willing to contribute to this process, and that has been a beautiful thing to witness. Maybe, just maybe, my next update will be to tell you that we are no longer a church in transition. Maybe I've just jinxed that by saying it. But either way, it's been good to reach out to you today. We miss you all so much. We can't wait to be in church together again as a family, seeing each other in person. But until then, have a great Sunday.